The TLC reality show, John and Kate Plus 8. Her 8-year-old twins, Madeline and Kara, and 5-year-old sextuplets, Alexis, Aiden, Colin, Leah, Hannah, and Joel, can certainly make life hectic. But they're also the inspiration for Kate's new book, 8 Little Faces. Kate Gosselin, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I want to talk about the book, but first, there's an elephant in the room. Let's just deal with it and move on. It's been a tough couple of weeks for you and your family. These reports about your husband John and stories, accusations that he's been having an affair. How have you been handling this, Kate? Because it's so public.
It is so public, and I think it's one of the things that we did not envision, obviously, when we started our show. It's one of the things that comes with it, the tabloid stuff, and to be very honest, I'm very hesitant to believe any of it. It goes with the territory, and you know, we're dealing with it just like everybody else does.
But you know, you're not a shrinking violet, for sure. That comes across in the show. So when you started to hear these stories and see the pictures, what did you do? What did you say to John?
You know, we're dealing with it privately. It's kind of ironic to say that because we do have a reality show. People see the good, the bad, and the ugly, but there are those things that we keep to ourselves, and we're working through it together, and I think that's the important thing.
He was going to be on the show with us, with the kids, but at the last minute you guys decided he would stay home with the kids. But he did want us to read this statement, so I'm going to do that. This is something he asked. He said, "These allegations are false and just plain hurtful. As I adjust to the attention that comes from being in the public eye, I need to be more careful and aware of who I am associating with and where I am spending my time. But the bottom line is I did not cheat on Kate. I am sorry for putting my family in this awkward position, given some poor decisions and bad judgments that I've made recently. I'm working through this difficult time with my family. My family is my top priority."
Our kids are centrally in our focus. They always have been. They're very much loved, very well cared for, and that will be how it's going to be. I mean,
that's your
love
focus?
Them. Absolutely, without a doubt. That will never change.
Tell me about this book, 8 Little Faces. It's got a lot of advice for parents and moms. What's the best piece of advice you could give to a new mom?
The advice to moms, I think, has become my main goal when I'm out traveling, speaking. For whatever reason, people find us inspirational. I don't feel inspirational. I feel like I'm a mom getting up every morning, taking care of my kids just like every other mom. But I feel like there is encouragement needed for moms, whether they're working moms or stay-at-home moms, and that is every day do your best. It's one day closer to your goal, which is raising healthy, happy, independent adults. And if you make a mistake today, don't let that mommy guilt get to you. Get up tomorrow morning and strive to do better.
Yeah, I said to you before in the break that what do you do, take it one day at a time? You said no, really 1 hour at a time.
And sometimes 1 minute at a time. It's just, you know, it's being a mom. It's the best job there is. It's the hardest job there is, in my opinion. So
you're starting a new season, the 5th season actually of your show. Given all that's happened, is there a part of you that doesn't want to go on with this? Being in the fishbowl, being so much in the public eye?
You know, we are living our lives, you know, whether in the public eye or not. So we've always said, come along, capture what you can. It's the realest reality show there is, and come along for the ride. I mean, it's been very encouraging to us to see how people have found us inspiring, and we're not perfect. I am the first one to say it. I make sure always to say it. I don't have all the answers. I'm parenting as I go along. I'm learning as I go along. I'm gleaning information from other people. We have more than the average number of kids, but we're doing our best and learning as we go, just like everybody else.
So is the kind of tabloid attention, is that a trade-off that it's worth, you know, doing it just because you want the show? Or
I don't think of it in terms of a trade-off. I think of it in terms of it goes with the territory. We knew to expect it. Are we, you know, any more comfortable than the next person? No. You have to remember, take it with a grain of salt. Tabloids pay thousands of dollars for stories. The juicier the story, the more they're paying. So, you know, when you pick up those sort of magazines, you know, is it believable? I don't know. Ask yourself. People are being paid to talk. So
But it's still hurtful, Kate. That's the
Very
thing.
much
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. I'm not going to sit here and say I enjoy it. I tend to be very thick-skinned. We all know that. But it's hurtful to see, for the sake of my children, looking, through their eyes, seeing the things that are out there is absolutely not a bit enjoyable. But we're learning as we go along, and I'm really focusing on our kids, because that's where my focus has been. Everything I do is for them, and so we just need to weather this storm just like all the other storms that we've been through.
Do you think you're going to address these issues in the 5th season? The tabloid stories and the family's reaction to them? And
No tabloid specifically, no storyline specifically. Obviously, you will see how, different events or different ways that we're dealing with this, but I don't know that we're going to sit down and give, credibility and lay it out there. You'll see, what we feel is healthy and comfortable and safe from our children's perspective.
the book is doing extremely well, but you said to me that's not why you wrote it. You wrote it really
No.
as a document for your children to have.
I wrote Multiple Blessings and 8 Little Faces with them in mind. I honestly do not care if neither one ever sells one copy. I'm flattered and thrilled that they both hit the New York Times bestseller list, but certainly that was not my goal or my focus. I want my kids to have in writing how I feel about them and how I may not have planned for them, but they are so the best 8 things in the whole world.
Kate, it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for being so
Thanks.
upfront with us. Kate Gosselin. And the book is called 8 Little Faces. Up next, what you should do with your money. Susie Orman's advice for this uncertain climate right after this.